In the 1950s, as the world chased famous summits, four women chose silence instead. Uncharted glaciers, uncertain passes, and a year of preparation for a Himalayan journey few believed they could lead.
Hey, glad you're here. Welcome to the Himalayan Journals. Here on this channel, we bring to you real stories from century old field notes. We try to keep it simple and calm here. Think of it as a documented history of the Himalayas from the early 1900s, covering stories of indigenous wisdom, epic expeditions, and groundbreaking science passed on just as they were recorded. Subscribe, zone out, binge.
For years, Himalayan attention had rested on the giant peaks, but by the mid-1950s, those summits were falling one by one. The time had come for smaller parties with modest means and clear purpose to explore the quieter spaces of the range. It was in this changing moment that Joyce Dunsheath resolved to organize a Himalayan expedition of her own. The idea took a full year to reach reality. 12 months passed in planning, learning, and overcoming obstacles. The first task was to find three companions who were capable climbers, experienced campers, adventurous in spirit, free for at least 2 months, and willing to pay much of their own way. The first was Hilda Reed, with whom Joyce had shared a tent in Canada in 1951. Hilda worked as a theater sister in a London hospital and agreed to manage the health and food of the party, while Joyce studied surveying and learned Hindustani. As they searched for others, they chose their destination. After reading journals and consulting those familiar with Himalayan conditions, they settled on the Kulu-Spiti Lahul watershed in East Punjab. A Gunther, who had visited the Barashigri Glacier in 1953, convinced them that it was a worthy objective, and his sketch map became the basis of their plans. Soon, Eileen Gregory joined them, a strong climber who left her post as a biochemist to act as equipment and climbing leader. The final member, Frances Delaney, was found in November 1955. She was working as a geologist in French Equatorial Africa, and the team could not meet before departure. With the party complete, preparations moved quickly. The Himalayan Club arranged Sherpas and transport. Government offices advised on travel formalities. The Royal Geographical Society lent surveying instruments. Major Bannon of Manali organized mules and porters. By the end of February, everything was ready. The four women traveled separately and met in early May at Manali, 6,000 feet above sea level. 10 days were spent acclimatizing and sorting stores. On May 12th, the Sherpas arrived, led by Ang Tsering, known as Pansy, with Pasang Dorje, Mingma Tsering, and Nima Dorje. Snow conditions forced a change of route. With the Rotang Pass impassable, the party chose to cross the Humta Pass. On May 18th, an impressive caravan set out. 2 days later, after careful roping, the heavily laden porters descended safely from the icy pass. 6 days after leaving Manali, the party reached the flats at the foot of the Barashigri Glacier at 13,400 feet. After acclimatizing, they began the glacier ascent on May 25th, laboring over broken ice, moraine, and deep snow, and camped opposite the fourth tributary glacier. From the central core of the Barashigri at 16,300 feet, they entered the wide basin known as Concordia, encircled by striking peaks. A small 17,500-foot summit was climbed and photographed, then named Jeldi Jeldi. Camp 4 was later established near the head of the glacier, beneath a cirque of peaks. On June 1st, the party climbed toward a col at 18,000 feet, where Joyce and Hilda remained to survey, while Eileen and Frances made the first ascent of the northern buttress of Outlook Peak. Exploration continued around the upper glacier, but fuel shortages and worsening weather forced repeated retreats. Despite setbacks, Eileen reached the summit of Convex Peak, while Joyce gained valuable bearings from a gendarme below the top. Porters later arrived with fuel after a forced march, but the need to resupply sent Joyce and Hilda back down to base camp. After delays and further planning, the party returned to Concordia to explore the ice pass overlooking the Pir Panjal. Eileen successfully climbed the cathedral, about 20,500 feet, while Joyce and Hilda established a high camp near the pass. As monsoon conditions advanced, attempts on Tiger Tooth were turned back by avalanche danger. Plans to exit via Kunsamla also failed due to cornices and steep ground. With time running out, the party descended steadily toward the Chandra. On the last day of June, all 4 women were reunited at Manali. After rest, they dispersed for home, though Eileen remained to climb Deotiba. The expedition confirmed what its members had quietly proved throughout the journey. Women could plan, organize, and carry through a Himalayan expedition with skill, endurance, and resolve, and many more would surely follow into the high places of the mountains.